Coming up on 5 Minute News. Disgraced former president arrives in New York for arraignment. US says Russia's UN Council presidency is a joke. And trans community faces disinformation after Tennessee shooting. It's Tuesday, April 4. I'm Anthony Davis. Donald Trump, the disgraced former president, flew into New York City on Monday for an historic court appearance to face charges stemming from a probe into hush money paid to porn star Stormy Daniels. With New York taking security precautions and the mayor telling potential rabble-rousers to behave, Trump was due to surrender at the Manhattan District Attorney's Office on Tuesday. There will be spared fingerprinting or a mugshot prior to appearing before a judge for an arraignment where he will plead not guilty. Trump would face 34 felony counts for falsification of business records, citing a single source briefed on today's arraignment procedures. Beefing up his legal team, Trump hired Todd Blanche, a prominent white-collar criminal defense lawyer and former federal prosecutor, to join his defense, two sources familiar with the matter said. Top Republicans, including some of Trump's potential rivals in next year's GOP presidential primary, have decried the case against him. President Joe Biden, who has yet to formally announce that he's seeking re-election next year, and other leading Democrats have largely had little to say about it. Russia's UN ambassador on Monday dismissed US and European Union descriptions of its presidency of the Security Council this month as an April Fool's joke and announced a meeting to be chaired by Foreign Ministry Sergei Lavrov on defending the principle of the UN Charter, which Moscow is widely accused of breaking by invading Ukraine. U.S. Ambassador Linda Thomas-Greenfield told reporters earlier on Monday that the U.S. expects the Russians will be professional, but will use their presiding seat to spread disinformation and promote their own agenda as it relates to Ukraine, and will stand ready to call them out at every single moment that they attempt to do that. She and European Union Foreign Policy Chief Josep Borrell both called Russia's takeover of the Council presidency an April Fool's joke. Under Security Council rules, the presidency rotates monthly in alphabetical order among its 15 members. Russian Ambassador Vasily Nebenzia told reporters there will be no change in the rules of the Council, which is charged with maintaining international peace and security. He said Russia had been an honest broker during past council presidencies, a role which we value and cherish, and we are always trying to maintain it. The council president presides over meetings and gets to decide the topics of key sessions, often presided over by foreign ministers and sometimes presidents. On April 24, Lavrov will preside over a session on effective multilateralism through the defense of the principles of the UN Charter. There are also required monthly meetings, including on the Middle East, which Lavrov will also preside over, Syria and other global hotspots, including Mali, Libya, Yemen, Haiti, Africa's Great Lakes region, and Colombia. Nebenzia responded to the US ambassador's expectation that Russia will spread disinformation about Ukraine by calling it a Western narrative and stressing that we think just the opposite. He said Russia plans to hold an informal council meeting on Wednesday on what Moscow claims is disinformation being spread by Western officials and media about the Ukrainian children taken to Russia. He said the aim of the meeting is to dispel this narrative that they were abducted. The issue was put in the spotlight when the International Criminal Court issued arrest warrants last month for Russian President Vladimir Putin and his country's Commissioner for Children's Rights, accusing them of war crimes for the unlawful deportation of Ukrainian children to Russia. Moscow calls the warrants outrageous and legally void. Anti-transgender rhetoric and disinformation in the days following the shooting at a Nashville Christian school that killed 6 people have heightened the fears of a community already on edge amid an historic push for more restrictions on trans people's rights this year. Authorities haven't shared any evidence linking Audrey Hale's gender identity to the motive for the attack, which killed 3 children and 3 adults at the Covenant School last week. Yet right-wing commentators, politicians and other figures have cited the shooting as they've shared false claims of a rise in transgender mass shooters and suggested that the fight for trans rights is radicalizing people. Advocates worry the comments are further jeopardizing transgender people by turning them into scapegoats at a time when they're speaking out against a wave of bills focused on trans people in state houses across the country. The rhetoric has come even from members of Congress, with Republican Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene questioning whether the shooter was on hormone replacement therapy or medications to treat mental illness. In Idaho, the head of the state Republican Party invoked the shooting as she called for the governor to sign legislation banning gender-affirming medical care for minors. You can subscribe to the 5-Minute News Patreon for bonus videos, commentary, and more. Go to patreon.com/5minutenews.